One Zambia, one nation. You are watching Zanis News. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. The top stories in our news. 1,700 Chitambo farmers to plant winter maize. Construction of drug manufacturing plant commences. Manyinga Civic Center commissioned. And government to promote tourism education. Zanis News in detail. Over 1,700 small-scale farmers in Chitambo district have registered to take part in the cultivation of winter maize. Serenge District Commissioner Paul Masua, who is acting Chitambo District Commissioner, says over 470 hectares of land has been earmarked for winter maize cultivation in the area. Daniel Billy has details in this report.
In the face of the looming food crisis exacerbated by drought, the recent launch of winter maize cultivation in Central Province has cheered farmers in Chitambo District. The district has embarked on a proactive measure to participate in winter maize cultivation. Serenge District Commissioner Paul Masua has been given the task to preside over government programs in Chitambo District following the demise of Chitambo District Commissioner Evans Chola.
Crisis, our district embarked on proactive measures. We have identified over 1,700 farmers willing to participate in winter maize production. Capacity is limited to 470 hectares. In addition, we have identified potential sites for irrigation facility in areas such as Luombwa, Kusenga, and Yoram. With the combined
Provincial Agriculture Coordinator Etambuyu Anamela encouraged farmers in Chitambo District to plant early maturing seed.
So that pamayanda yesu twakwata na yambi kuchira abale tupera baifara yero tuleshita kuli baifara yero tulesenda kuli GMMU early maturing varieties ila pya bwangu aini 90 days 3 months nishitwa sombola.
Meanwhile, farmers in the area are ready to implement government's interventions.
We are grateful to the government for coming to our aid. As farmers, we are ready to implement interventions such as winter crop production.
Daniel Billy for Zanis News in Chitambo District, Central Province.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, through the Zambia Rapid Response for Emergency, has organized community sensitization meetings in various communities of Kaoma District in Western Province. The meetings are meant to disseminate information on government's response to the dry spell experienced during the 2023-2024 farming season. Mutinta Mubagwe has more in this report.
Kaoma is among the 84 districts in the country that have been adversely affected by a dry spell due to effects triggered by El Nino, which has affected agriculture and household food security, prompting President Hakainde Hichilema to declare a national disaster. To cushion the effects among the vulnerable households, government has initiated a program called Zambia Rapid Emergency Response. In Kaoma, Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, in collaboration with the District Administration Office, has begun community sensitization aimed at giving an insight on government's response to the disaster.
Beneficiaries ba social cash transfer abaswaneli kungoliwa bona kukaba shereni yo bakafiwa kwekeza kwa yale yo babakangoliwa mwa rapid emergency response nibona kuna ni shereni yekafiwa kono shereni leo aisikazi bala fa kulikibukana.
Beneficiaries are full of praises to government for its inclusiveness in the program.
Mu 1964 nsebakuli wo hejechi nali musebezi wabaeza abafite first over baeza musebezi omutuna abaketi muchembere mwanana yachwane sangano kafera masherengi bafa lwaitumira kubona kamusebezi wabaeza.
Each and everyone is benefiting, especially people with disability. We are really benefiting. We thank God for Hakainde Chilema to give us this program.
Mtinta Mbagwe reporting for Zanis in Kaoma District, Western Province.
Now, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development Paul Kabuswe says Zambia's mining sector remains the backbone of the economy, contributing significantly to the gross domestic product. Speaking through his permanent secretary, Hapenga Kabeta, at the Development Minerals Forum and Exhibition in Lusaka, Mr. Kabuswe said mining is one of the sectors that government has prioritized in its economic transformation agenda. Sande Bwalia gives us more in this report.
The mining sector continues to be Zambia's major contributor to the growth of the economy. For this reason, the Development Minerals and Exhibition Forum has opened in Osaka, aimed at knowledge sharing in the mining sector. Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Paul Kabuswe, was represented by his permanent secretary, Hapenga Kabeta, at the meeting.
That the objective of this event resonates well with the vision of the new Dawn administration, which has placed the emphasis on reinvigorating the mining sector as a priority sector in transforming the economic future of our country. To ensure that Zambia's participation as a player in the mineral value chains, the ministry has developed a national critical mineral strategy that guides investment for exploration, mining development, mining, processing, and supply of goods and services in the country in the critical mineral subsector. The strategy aims to harness and utilize the critical minerals to support Zambia's socio-economic transformation towards the attainment of the industrialized middle-income economy by 2030 through advanced geological mapping and mineral resource development and management, public-private partnerships, beneficiation, value addition, and research and development.
European Commission Special Advisor to Director General for International Partnerships pledged to partner with government in the mining sector.
For the EU to deliver on the Green Deal as well as, of course, the global gateway in order to reinforce the partnerships that we have with you and where we want to widen and deepen our cooperation, in particular in the domain of the critical raw materials. Mineral extraction plays a dominant role in the economies of 63 countries in the world, according to World Bank. If appropriately managed, the extractive sector has the potential to play a role in lifting people out of poverty.
Earlier, UNDP resident representative in Zambia, James Wakyaga, who was represented by Craig Sairi, reiterated his office's support to Zambia in geological exploration.
UNDP has a long track record of supporting geological exploration, mining development, and industrialization of developing countries dating back to at least the 1970s. Since 2012, UNDP has been adopting its strategy for supporting sustainable and equitable management of the extractive sector for human development and has worked to support at least 60 resource-rich developing countries around the world directly and indirectly related to the extractive industry.
The meeting is expected to come up with best practices to be applied in the mining industry for more productivity. For Zanis in Osaka, I am Sande Warrior.
And now from mining, we go to the health sector, where VL HealthNet Services has commenced construction of a drug manufacturing plant in Lusaka's Makeni area as part of its initiative to enhance local pharmaceutical production in Africa. Company chairman Lee Song says the facility, whose works are expected to be complete by October this year, will be implemented at a cost of $28.8 million United States dollars. Speaking during the tour of the site, Deputy Secretary to Cabinet for Finance and Economic Development, Siazongo Siakalenge, assured of government's support towards the establishment of the plant. Details in the following report.
In order to address the challenges of shortages of drugs in the country, the government is working with the private sector to encourage investors to invest in the local drug manufacturing supply chain. Thus, VHealth HealthNet Services Pharmaceutical Supplies and Distributor Company has commenced the construction of a drug manufacturing plant in Lusaka's Makeni area to help address the drug shortages and increase competition in the generic drug market. Deputy Secretary to Cabinet for Finance and Economic Development, Siazongo Siakalenge, led stakeholders from different organizations that included the Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, Zambia Development Agency, Zambia Bureau of Standards, in the tour of the VL HealthNet services to check on the progress made.
The business relationships will be created. It will not just be the health sector. It will be the other sectors of the economy as well to benefit from this project.
Once operational, the company will be specialized in manufacturing injectables and antimalarials, among others. Lee Song, chairman of the VL HealthNet Services, highlights more on the project.
So the rest of the product, because the production is very high, for example, this production line for the every fluid, we can produce about 20 million yearly. Every year we produce 20 million of the bottles of the 500 ml every fluid. So the Zambia market maybe only need 10 to 15 million. So the rest of the products have to supply to the Congo, Angola, or the other countries.
Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Director General Victor Nyasulu reiterated that once complete, the project will ease the medical supply challenges in the country.
The project is done. It will help us a lot, especially in terms of time frames. If we have to import, it normally takes 3 months to 4 months. But once you have local production, you save on time. You also save on transport costs.
Once operational, the company will be specialized in manufacturing injectables and antimalarials, among others. Audrey Kalenga for Zanis in Lusaka.
We continue with health news. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Muslim Social and Welfare Trust and its partners, have provided free medical services to over 10,000 residents in Lusaka. District Commissioner Rosa Zulu says this is in line with government's decentralization policy of bringing services closer to the people. Rodex Charlie now reports.
Over 1,000 residents of Chawama constituency in Lusaka's John Howard Township have received free medical services provided by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Muslim and Social Welfare Trust during the 6th free medical camp, a gesture that has excited Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu.
As government, under the able leadership of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, we really appreciate every time we call upon you, you are there. And we appreciate that you are taking care of our people free of charge. How I wish other stakeholders can also do what we are doing. As private hospitals, they should once in a while also come and provide free of charge.
The government on its own cannot do much. It takes two hands to clap. So we have come up with this deliberate policy, and we do conduct this in different places. We have been to Shiwuyunji, we have been to Kafshwe, we have been to Kawe, we have been to Chiwombo, and we shall keep on expanding till we reach the places like Northern Province, places like Solowezi, Manilunga. We are intending to go to all these places.
Lusaka District Director of Health Services, Dr. Aswida Maseka, and an Egyptian gastroenterologist, Dr. Ahmed Mandua, were present among other health personnel.
I think nationally this being the 16th camp, yet for the district this is our 6th camp, which is giving us to a total of about 10,000 people that we have screened for the past few months that they've been doing them actively. So we'd like to thank the Social Welfare Trust and the Ministry of Health, of course, whose mandate is to ensure that every Zambian has access to free health. When you have a healthy nation, you have a wealthy nation.
This is amazing work. Really, I see everything is okay. Most of clinics for elderly and for youth and for geriatric patients, also ophthalmological clinics and dental clinics, also C-arm X-ray, and there is also ultrasound machine in the site.
The residents of John Howard Township have appreciated the services.
Batitandiza X-ray tashitira mahala mankwala batipasa twinango batipasa tiamikira.
We have received medicine, free medicine.
Rodix Charlie reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
Rodix Charlie there with that report. Now, Minister of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has urged local authorities to take advantage of the Constituency Development Fund CDF to implement recycling initiatives, speaking when he inspected various equipment procured by the Mufulira Municipal Council using the CDF. Mr. Kapata says implementation of recycling initiatives can help provide jobs for the youth. Details.
Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has emphasized the importance of councils leveraging the Constituency Development Fund CDF to venture into recycling initiatives. During his inspection of equipment procured by the Mufulira Municipal Council using CDF, Mr. Kapata highlighted the potential of recycling to not only improve waste management, but also create employment opportunities for the youth.
Recycling centers will create jobs to up their game and make sure that whenever we are providing this service, we also create jobs for the youths in these constituencies.
Mufulira Mayor Tanaeli Kamanga revealed that the increased allocation of CDF to 30.6 million kwacha has empowered the municipality to procure tractors geared towards enhancing farming activities in Mufulira, alongside other equipment intended to enhance overall service delivery in the district.
Now you can imagine where we'll be maybe 10 years from now with the CDF component coming at 30.6 million. And we've got 3 constituencies and we are getting well over 90 million. I think for us, CDF is a game changer.
Acting Mufulira Municipal Council Director of Engineering Services, Buchizia Kilele, provided insights into some of the procured equipment.
And the other one that was procured next to the cherry picker is a skip loader. So apart from that, we also have other machines. We have a refuse compactor. We've also acquired a bulldozer, and then we also have water bowser conducting the works as well under CDF.
Rachel Chisulo, Zanis, Mufulira.
In Northern Province, the construction of a maternity annex at Kasakula Rural Health Post in Lukasha constituency in Kasama district has been completed. The Kasama Municipal Council has allocated over 1 million kwacha for the construction of the facility using the Constituency Development Fund. Patrick Kawe now reports.
This is the current status of the maternity ward at Kasakula Rural Health Post, situated in Mukanga ward of Lukasha constituency in Kasama district. Government has, however, funded the construction of a new maternity annex, which will improve service delivery at the facility. Kasama Municipal Council allocated over 1 million kwacha using the 2022 CDF towards the construction of the maternity ward. This has cheered residents in the area, especially the women.
n'abakalamba natutemwe chipeshamano omulando kwa tubuteko nabutoleleshako nokutuletela maternity wing baliko tamafya kalamba sana yakutipa kutinyilefwe esha kwate ukupusuka ambibalefwa
And Mukanga Ward Councillor Francis Chewe says the completion of the maternity wing is a great achievement scored by the government in his ward.
Bakana kashuweso abafyashuweso bana mani bale papira muri kadaka kalumu kadipalya kutwaleke tati kalepa wadi so tachakwete sana omuchinshi takwali omuchinshi wakuti mwalishi babana mayo pakuti mtuwete pachalwe mu mpita mulabo mwafulana sana so tachali lito omuchinshi yo.
Health authorities in Kasama are also elated with the development.
One of the critical components that we have now is the availability of constituency development funds, especially in the construction of maternity annexes. This is critical. As you are aware, we are battling the issues of maternal mortality. We want to significantly reduce maternal mortality.
For Zanis in Kasama, I am Patrick Kabwe.
We now take a break. We have more stories when we return. Keep watching.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss. Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
We continue with the news. Minister of Infrastructure and Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, says government is committed to enhancing service delivery to people through infrastructure development. Mr. Milupi said this when he commissioned the newly constructed Civic Center and 2 high-cost houses in Manyinga district built at a cost of over 6 million kwacha. Emma Zulu now reports.
Government has handed over the newly constructed Manyinga District Civic Center and 2 high-cost houses valued at over 6 million kwacha. Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, commissions the infrastructure.
With these improved facilities, the Council will be empowered to offer quality services to the people of Manyinga and further enriching the lives of our constituents. But this building was commenced, or the contract given many years ago, over 10 years ago. But it had to take the new Dawn administration to come and construct it and complete it.
Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihevu, who is also area member of Parliament, receives the facilities.
The people of Northwestern Province are eager to see a province with modern infrastructure. The construction of Manyinga Town Council office, among other infrastructure, is indeed a great milestone in the development agenda and the fulfillment of Manyinga people's desire.
Town Council Chairperson Henry Sakwaha and the contractor are both happy that the project has been successfully completed.
Allow me to thank the government through the leadership of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, who has worked tirelessly to see development in our country. And as Manyinga Town Council, we are so grateful.
I'm here to just say thank you because it has been a challenge. Previously, we used to go a lot of programs and we never used to be paid. But we thank God the coming of the new Dawn government, it was a game changer.
The new civic center will serve as a central hub for administrative functions. Emma Zulu, reporting for Zanis News in Manyunga District, Northwestern Province.
And in Western Province, Caritas Mungu has completed the rehabilitation of Mapungu Police Post and construction of 2 VIP toilets in Nalolo West Bank. The facilities, which were executed at a cost of over 400,000 kwacha, were officially handed over to government by Caritas Mungu Director Ronald Mawunga. Sifue Mwangala gives us more in this report.
As part of their commitment to achieve a Zambian society where every person lives in harmony, Caritas Mungu has rehabilitated Mapungu Police Post in Nalolo District. The police post, which comes with 2 newly constructed VIP toilets, was handed over to the government by Caritas Mungu Director Ronald Mawunga.
This building is there to enforce. Just like any police service, they are there to enforce law and order. And ultimately, to maintain peace. There's nothing we can do, even at home level, individual level, country level, without the issue of peace. It's a requirement for development. So the contribution that we have made to this wonderful community of Mapungu in terms of this provision, to me, is a very meaningful and significant kind of contribution.
Meanwhile, Nalolo Council Chairperson Limakazo Kolyo and Nalolo Administrative Officer Mwendabaye Muyunda both thanked Caritas for their efforts.
This gesture, we are so grateful to Caritas Mungu through the support of the Scottish government for putting up this structure. It will really go a long way to helping minimize cases, theft, and criminal activities that are taking place in Slowana Ward and Emakumba Ward.
And as you can see, the building was dilapidated, but now it is up to standard. It has been worked on nicely, and we are happy as government with the workmanship of the contractor. And the people of Mapungu, the community of Mapungu, benefit from this structure.
In addition, area Induna, Martin Lubinda, urged the community to take care of the rehabilitated facility.
Vitumezi tusaitumela kwa muyao kwa valufu kondiselise va Caritas kono na mahulukulu na va Mapungu muyao wo luva valele.
Sifue Mwangala for Zanis in Nalolo District, Western Province.
Sifue Mwangala with that report there. We continue with the news now to Luapula Province, where Mansa District Commissioner Irene Chivweta has urged beneficiaries of empowerment programs to be accountable for the support they are receiving from government. Ms. Chivweta noted that some cooperatives and clubs are failing to be accountable for the funds they receive under the Constituency Development Fund and the Food Security Pack, among others. She stated that this makes it difficult to monitor the progress of projects that the respective groups are making. Ms. Chivweta has since advised cooperatives and any other groupings to emulate community welfare assistance committees under the Food Security Pack program, who are paying back after benefiting from the government import program. And in education news, Mumbwa District in Central Province has hosted the inaugural learner performance Indawa, which drew over 700 participants. The Indawa was aimed at finding strategies for improving the performance of learners in the district during final examinations. More in this report.
Mumbwa District in Central Province has convened an Indawa to address concerns over poor learner performance in national examinations. District Education Board Secretary Dr. Patrick Marula has expressed optimism about improvements in learner performance following the Indawa.
We are also saying Mumbwa Education is in the Champions League, and we are so sure that we have not joined the Champions League to perform in the same way we performed before. but we have joined in the Champions League with so many strategies that will help Mumbwa to really perform and perform to the best.
Mumbwa Town Council Chairperson Charlie Masumo is disappointed with the current state of learner performance.
In Central Province, we are number 8 for grade 9, and we are on number 9 for these other grades. So we are not doing fine.
The Indaba attendees offered diverse perspectives on the underlying causes of poor learner performance.
The most solution thing is to educate our teachers, to motivate them in one way or the other. Others should be recommended for the next step, senior teacher and so on.
And the other headmasters, they must take the role of ensuring that the schools that are properly supervised, ensure to check whether teachers, they monitor the progress of their pupils in schools.
The number like 120, it has caused a havoc. Some will say 120, some will say 120, some will say 120. Yes,
Krugasiankuru, Zanis, Mumbwa.
We now move to Muchinga Province, where community-led total sanitation national coordinator Leonard Mkosha is optimistic that Zambia will actualize its goal to be open defecation-free by 2030. Mr. Mkosha says the country will at the end of this year celebrate 40 ODF chiefdoms across the country. Angel Ho has more in this report.
By 2030, Zambia is anticipated to achieve the status of being open defecation-free. So far, community-led total sanitation national coordinator Leonard Mukosha has expressed delight in the country's approach towards obtaining ODF Zambia.
The country's direction is that by 2030, Zambia can be open. And where we are, out of 288 chiefdoms, we only have 60 that are open defecation free. Trying to help them develop a universal plan that feeds into the Zambia investment plan. And this fits into the government's zeal and desire to ensure that there is universal coverage for water and sanitation. No one is left behind. By 2030, institutional sanitation, like the president has given directive, there should be no pit latrines in schools, in healthcare facilities, and so we are hoping that just this year we can celebrate 6 chiefdoms open defecation free, and we have encouraged the DWASHs to actually make budgets which the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation is ready to support. Countrywide, we are looking at 40 chiefdoms becoming open defecation free, and if we move at that rate, then we can be assured that come 2030, the goal to make Zambia open defecation free.
World Vision continues to support universal coverage for water and sanitation by implementing various sustainability measures.
As any deficiency in terms of wash, either sanitation or hygiene, has a negative effect on the outputs of these other sectors. Beyond World Vision, whatever interventions that we've had in an area must be sustained by the various cooperating partners and partners that are within the district.
The latest support is the recent training workshop for DWASH members held in Mbala district. DWASH members from different districts are keen to implement the knowledge acquired from the workshop with the aim of declaring Zambia ODF by 2030.
The district in realigning the priority in terms of interventions and also in terms of resource mobilization in order for us to attain ODF status.
In this work that we are doing, to make our communities open defecation free, we need to interact with our traditional leaders. Is that we start with what we can as a local authority. Every sector has massive resource that they can bring to the table. Not only financial resources, but also human and also other resources.
Angel Ho reporting from Mbala district in Northern Province.
As we continue with the news, the Women's Lobby Group in Gwembe District is implementing a tree planting program aimed at combating negative effects of climate change. The organization is plotting the tree planting program in schools and health centers in the district. Jolwe Hajinene gives us details in this report.
A dedicated group of women in Gombe district, sponsored by Zambia Governance Fund, is conducting a tree planting exercise in schools and health centers. The exercise is aimed at combating the current climate change affecting all parts of the country and also to improve on the nutritional status in people. Gombe Primary School head teacher Oscar Kabika says he is happy with the development and will make sure the school continues planting more trees.
We promise as a school that we will also add some more, or we'll take this project as our own, so that we continue planting more trees at this school and indeed the communities around this school. As you may be aware that the school is surrounded by 18 villages. I'm aware that people, when we talk about climate change, they don't know what it means. So with this regard, working with such entities, we'll be able to sensitize the communities around so that when someone cuts a tree, he or she has to plant a tree. So in terms of sustainability of these plants which have been planted, we'll ensure that we'll take care of these plants and ensure that we maintain them.
Jolwe Hajinene reporting in Gombe District, Southern Province.
And Minister of Tourism Rodney Sikumba says government has embarked on a transformation agenda to promote tourism education as a catalyst for economic growth and job creation, especially among the youth. Mr. Sikumba says the role of the ministry is to facilitate and promote sustainable tourism development and culture preservation for socio-economic development. The minister said this when he officially opened the 2024 Travel, Hospitality and Tourism Education Summit in Lusaka. Speaking at the same event, Minister of Education Douglas Isiagalima says travel and tourism is one of the new subjects which have been introduced under the Home Economics and Hospitality pathway at secondary school level. Speaking earlier, Zambia Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Studies Board Chairperson Mulemwa Mongwa said the summit will bring together educators, industry experts that will deliberate the syllabi, curriculum development, teacher orientation, and nationwide implementation.
Our government has prioritized tourism as a key economic driver in transformation as well as job creation. That has been very, very heavily covered by my colleague from Beyond Tourism, as well as our colleague from the Education Center. From the video you may have seen, Natalia. What we're trying to achieve is that government alone cannot employ the many boys and girls, the youths who we turn out from our secondary schools or is in our tertiary schools. But we want to use this particular sector of ours, tourism, to be able to absorb the many boys and girls who may be looking out for opportunities. And one key step that we've achieved is this one. We're now embedded it into the curriculum, but also trying to figure out exactly what it is that these children are able to achieve. And we're very delighted that our ministry may have heard we're talking about 3 million, over 3 million, and they say 10% of every job created in the world today is in the hospitality sector. So we have an opportunity to actually absorb the many boys. 60 to 75% of our population in Zambia is youthful. Where are they going to go? If we do not have a plan for them now, I think us here, as the forefathers, will have ourselves to blame.
I stand here proud to be part of the Education Summit and wish to inform you that travel and tourism is one of the new subjects that have been introduced under the home economics and hospitality pathway at secondary school. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you may be aware that the 8th National Development Plan identifies tourism and hospitality as one of the 4 pillars of economic emancipation. Therefore, the introduction of travel and tourism subject will contribute significantly to job creation, economic development, and the realization of the Vision 2030, which will see Zambia as a middle-income country. I must indicate that the introduction of the new subject will require designing of the syllabus, development of textbooks, training of teachers who should be ready to implement the subject, and all these call for human and financial resources.
What we are teaching our students has not moved with where we are as a destination of fine dining. The young person that sets this table is a student from our school, and we need to ready them. Our learning needs to replicate what is in industry. And that is why this year we are really focusing on the education quality assurance as well as this image.
And finally, in sports, Western Province Sports Development Coordinator Chibeza Nyirenda says government is committed to support all sports disciplines in the country. Nyirenda was speaking at Mulamba Harbour during the Kuomboka canoeing regatta, where 92 participants were selected for the main regatta to be held on the eve of the Kuomboka ceremony, slated for April 20th, 2024. Ikacha Nasindala covered the event and brought us this report.
Various activities that include the canoeing regatta takes place before the actual Kuomboka traditional ceremony of the Lozi people of Western Province. This year's canoeing regatta was held from Nebuvela area to Mulamba Harbour, where the male and female folk participated in various categories. In the men's categories were 9 boats for 1 by 6 paddlers, 23 boats for 1 by 2 paddlers, and 23 boats for 1 by 1 paddlers, while in the ladies category were 4 boats for 1 by 6 paddlers, 10 boats for 1 by 2 paddlers, and 10 boats for 1 by 1 paddlers. Chibeza Nyirenda is Western Province Sports Development Coordinator.
I would like to encourage all the paddlers to work extra hard because there are prizes that will be given during the main regatta. And that will also signify that Kuomboka is taking place the following day on the 20th of April. It is also an empowerment to our youths and the men and the ladies, because that prize money that will be given will go a long way in alleviating 1 or 2 things that we need in our homes.
Kuomboka kufuluhera regatta chairperson Induna Mnono highlighted what it signifies when holding a canoeing regatta at this time of the year and appealed to the people to attend Kuomboka.
When I see regatta, for sure, that's a sign, that is a symbol to say Kuomboka is there. On the 20th April 2024, we will have Kuomboka, and we wish and we want you to go to the Muvela there and see in Uganda from the Muvela up to Mount Mohiye.
Meanwhile, UPND National Chairperson for Mobilization Victor Kongolo appealed to all political parties that will attend Kuomboka over the dress code.
UPND in government, we are calling upon all our political parties to come and enjoy themselves on this traditional ceremony we call Kuomboka. But our plea to our colleagues is that this is a traditional ceremony. We are not supposed to wear our political regalias, but we should wear our traditional attires.
Ikacha Nasindala, Zanis in Mongu, Western Province.
Well, we look forward to the 2024 Kuomboka ceremony. On that note, we come to the end of the news. But before we go away, another look at the top stories. 1,700 Chitambo farmers to plant winter maize. Construction of drug manufacturing plant commences. Manyinga Civic Center commissioned. And government to promote tourism education. Thank you so much for staying with us. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember, we are one Zambia, one nation. Until next time, it's goodbye.